No guitar now, I'm not home.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, thank you.
Ron,
Oh, here, Ivan.
Ron, if you have some song, you can run it now.
Who, me?
Yes.
We said there
I
will
thought,
be no songs. No?
yeah, we can't have them. Remember, Anne said we're experiencing problems with YouTube that they're,
Yes, but we can find some cover or something like that. Why not? Or maybe next time. Okay.
Because covers are awful.
Yeah, they are. They really are.
Not always. Not always. Not
Well,
always.
usually, and it's just not the same.
While my guitar gently sings.
Ron, please don't. Just
yeah, I know you don't have to tell me. I'm every time I've ever done karaoke, I've been booed off the stage by my own friends. So.
And let's not start now. Then.
Hello, guys.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Alex.
Sam?
Okay, well, it's 3 o'clock. Let's give it one more minute and then we can begin. Okay. All right. What do you think? Are we ready to go?
We can start, I think.
All right. Let's do that. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to our weekly stream. Glad to see you all here. Today we have fewer topics, but all of them are really jam-packed with a lot of good information. As always, we'll have our traditional 3-part Q&A cycle after the presentations are finished. So I'll kick things off. First, update on jury 1.1. So all of the new jurors are prepped, armed, ready to go. The voting contract should be finished very soon, next couple days, I hope. And once that's done, the jury's ready to rock and roll. So excellent. We have a more diverse, we have a larger jury. Everybody's very excited. All the people there are interesting personalities, have a lot of good questions. So I think things are gonna move in a good direction. After that, all of the five branding contests and the ambassador contest and also the slashing conditions contests are all ready to go to the jury, hopefully this week. The ambassadors contest got cut off slightly earlier than was expected due to some technical issues, but those are all fixed and you can make last minute submissions. So you have until the end of the day today to do that. So if you thought you were left out in the cold, you weren't. Please submit your entries as soon as possible. Same goes for slashing conditions, by the way, right? Quick reminder for those of you who couldn't make it to the Governance 2.0 call on Friday. Ramon Nguyen and team made a fantastic presentation on what Governance 2.0 is going to look like. The video is on the YouTube channel right now, and I encourage everybody to go watch it. It explains a lot about what's to come. There's a condensed version of the presentation in both Russian and English that are going to be available. Those should be published on FreeTON's YouTube account and Medium account this afternoon, I believe. Thank you to, first of all, to the FreeTON content subgovernance group and also to the news and blog group. You guys did a fantastic job. Thank you all. Ivan, you're the man and you know it. All right. Also, the reward tallies for Decentralized Support 2 and Jury 1.1 contests are finished. The givers will all try to finalize reward distributions for those in the next few days. We're going to try for today, no promises. So tons are on their way very, very soon. For those of you who are monitoring TON Live for transactions, you're going to see an amount equal to 111,354 tons. That's what you're going to see. That's going to be in 2 transactions. So one is going to move from the giver contracts to the payment delegation group. And then again, the exact same amount is going to move from the payment delegation group to all of you and to the jury. So just so that's clear out in the open. Okay. So a few new proposals just passed the community acceptance phase. First was the free TON Wiki subgovernance proposal. That's one. And you can see that in the proposals section on the contest website. That's good to go. Its close sibling, the free TON Wiki contest, will be ready for submissions tomorrow. So have a look at that. I also think Michael Shopkin is here with us, and I think he could say a few words about that and explain exactly what those mean. Michael?
Yes. We prepared one more, our team prepared one more contest for Wiki. And I would like to ask all people just start to look over contest before they run. Be involved in all discussions and to deeply understand what happened, why it happened, and how people can be can participate in those contests. So we did big work. Thank you also Ron and Pavel and Roman who helped us, and also I know that a lot of people was involved. Evgeny also and Nikita maybe contract deploying. There is very big work under all this, and if some people are not deeply involved, they do not understand that it's really big hard work. And if somebody just came and put submission, it's only this percentage of all process. Yes, of course, to prepare work is also job, but still there are some people who make everything from the beginning to the end. So if you see some contests proposals on the forum and you are interested in this sphere, just start to discuss, be active. Otherwise, you just saw that some proposals are active and going to be published as contests, and you even don't understand what inside it. Yes, it's like when people come and ask questions, we have 2 weeks before all information, 1 month before information, but people are not looking. I don't know why. Yes, and now I mainly understand your team that when people asking when this will be finished, when this will be done, but come and do ourselves.
See, you see.
Yeah. I understand, and I can truly tell that we just came from the street here, and we was deeply involved, and we made, and we got some results, and now we finish wiki governance until it was voted, positive voted. So you see, you can any person can come here and be proactive and do the stuff, not only asking when I can put the submission. It's like, sorry guys, but it's nothing. If you
That's
ask how I can put submission, it means that you don't do your homework before you make it. And we also prepared special guides in English and in Russian, how to run contests, how to prepare contest proposals, just to give back to community our way and our knowledge from the team. So just be active and be more involved in.
Yeah, that's perfectly put.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think it's human nature that whenever we get involved in a community of any kind, people can tend to be a little timid sometimes. Sometimes people can be worried about whether or not they're qualified. You shouldn't worry about any of these things. At the end of the day, there's a process. The process discussion is very important, of course. I mean, there's no barring that. But discussion is just step one of many steps that have to occur. The ultimate goal is the result. I think I said this on the last stream, and I'll repeat it again. It's like the scientific method, right? You have to you have to have a hypothesis, you have to discuss it, you have to test it, and then you have to have a result and some kind of a conclusion. And it doesn't matter if it's a good or bad conclusion. A bad conclusion, in sales, we used to say is no is just as good as a yes, because that's just one less no you're going to have before you get to a yes. I think it's the same thing here, but the work has to be done. So the active members always flow to the top, and this is important. And we'd like to see millions and millions and millions of members flow to the top. So
yes,
just
and I'm very happy that a lot of ambassadors put their submissions, and I watched all submission 100%. We collect all this information and start to work with this information, and also this contest for brand masters. And I hope that a lot of active people will come, and some other guys who wasn't such an active from the beginning in TON, they will see that everything is going higher and higher. And
they'll see the activity and they'll jump on the bus.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. So be active and just go deeper to all proposals to understand who made it and why and everything.
Well said. Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all the amazing work you're doing, by the way. This is a prime example of how scalable governance works in a decentralized environment. You guys took charge. Hats off to you all. Excellent subgovernance community. You're actually the example for everybody else right now. So that's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, thank you. And we are preparing we are just a little. We are preparing also ambassador government, so we are not. We are continuing to move forward. So we see opportunity, and we just go and do. That's it.
That's the phrase. That's the phrase right there. We see the opportunity and we go for it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very inspiring.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, let's move on to a more technical contest. Usually this is when I pass the mic over to Mitja, but not today. Today I'm going to first pass it off to Vladislav from Broxus. Broxus proposed an atomic swaps contest that also got passed, and it will start accepting submissions on Monday, this Monday the 31st. So Vladislav, if you will, maybe say a few words about that.
Yeah, hello guys. Thank you, Ron. Yeah, so today we took Mitja's place. it's true. In fact, we are really fond of blockchain projects, blockchain technology in Broxus, and that's why we decided to submit this contest for atomic swaps. For those who maybe are not the technical guys, atomic swaps allow you to easily exchange tokens and cryptocurrencies without the central counter agent. So the money are put directly on smart contracts and then they are exchanged automatically. And we decided to publish this contest because no blockchain can exist in isolation. And for TON to be successful, we need to build bridges with other blockchains. Bitcoin and Ethereum are the first to name. But this is just the first contest in a row, I hope, and we will have more contests like this coming for other blockchains and for improving technologies. I know that amongst you, there are a lot of guys who can create good technology and good smart contracts and good infrastructure for this, and we want to see this. And I think that there are a lot of companies amongst us who will use these atomic swaps and different trading desks, different traders, and everything that will help us to spread the liquidity faster, that will help us to make free TON more easily accessible for guys from other blockchains. So I think this is the right step, but this is only the first step.
Excellent. Yeah, that's fantastic. Listen, yeah, I'm not a technology guy, but I asked around. I spent some time in the forum and I talked to a few people. This is a monster. This is a monster contest. I love it. Excellent. Thank you, Vladislav. Thank you so much.
That's complex, but that's interesting. And by the way, when I read the proposal on the Freeton forum that we need to give people at least a couple more days just to digest the contest and read out what's inside. So I think this is the first contest that implements this.
Yes,
so
that's right.
We decided to give this weekend for warm-up, as kind of warm-up period for the contest. And formally it starts on Monday, but technically on Friday. So, and you have 3 days just to dig deeper and ask questions, and please ask questions on the forum, because I have seen only just thanks and this is a great contest, but I didn't see any objection. I didn't see any good argument, under this contest. And please be more active.
Yeah,
that's very interesting. And
very important.
Starting from Monday, you will have 3 weeks to develop a set of smart contracts that will implement the basic functionality of atomic swaps of free TON with Bitcoin and Ethereum, including ERC20 tokens. And yeah, please, good luck.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Awesome contest. Ivan, you have a question. Can we just save the questions until the end of the presentations? I know you're anxious, but
okay, that's fine.
We'll get to those. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Great contest. I mean, I like it. I like it very much, personally.
Thank you.
Speaking of monsters, the DePool and developer contests are the next step for a lot of you. So I guess this might be the moment when I have to hand the microphone over to Mitja. Mitja, if you're ready, go, go, go.
Hey. I'm not sure it's actually need to be passed to me about the pools, but rather Sergey maybe about the kind of, but it was announced. So I can give you like update. So we tried to start the contest over last week, and thank you everyone who participated. And during this, we have discovered several issues with some contracts, and so we had to kind of freeze it for the weekend, and guys did a terrific job on fixing these problems now. And then there was one question that I really want to address on this stream for the record. Someone said, I mean, if that is formally verified contracts, how it's possible that it had bugs? So okay, so let me just be very clear. This is not formally verified contract yet. And because we have to do things very quickly, we don't have time, and we have to kind of distribute everything in September, we kind of had to run everything in parallel. So there is a formal verification going on right now in parallel with the contest, which is manually kind of debugging, and also, of course, the main reason for the contest, apart from debugging, is also for you as validators have a time to prepare, to operate, to kind of learn, and also to create tools for this when the main network will be like when these things will be launched on the main network in September. So okay, so again, to be very clear, this contract is having bugs, will have bugs, and the formal verification is not yet conducted. That's why, and that's absolutely normal thing. It is now this, of course, this is quite complicated contract, and it's not that we like to do complicated contracts. We don't, but there were several business requirements that we had to fulfill in this contract, and the requirements were, locked stake and vesting. So we have added these over the last 2 months. Again, the guys, Nikita and Sasha and Igor and everyone else did a terrific job in doing this, but you have to understand that it's a very compressed time for very complicated and extremely dangerous contract, which will hold, whatever, 300 million tons in it. So it's very important that you try to crack that and beat it as much as you can. And thank you, you just did that over the last days, and it helps. Of course, the formal verification would probably, or more say certainly, discover these things, but if it helps nevertheless, because it's much better to verify the contract with the minimal amount of bugs. And of course, once the contract is verified and you find bugs, then you need time to fix them. So it's better if we can fix them now, and not as a result of verification. It will just save time. So that's great effort. Again, thank you everyone who is involved in that, and the community of validators is extremely helpful. Again, thank you very, very much. And also thank you, of course, for your patience, because of course we had to, redeploy, and there is a hustle of, doing and redoing stuff, but it really helps. So that's about the DePool. I don't know the details about the relaunching. So if you have any questions, Sergey is here to answer them if you write them somewhere. Other than that, of course, the groups are monitored, and we're providing help. Also, so this is about DePools. Ron, did you want me to add anything about that?
Well, whatever you want to, or I mean, if Sergey wants to do it, that's fine. Obviously, I can't. So
yeah, Sergey, if you want to add anything, just please do.
We already made an announcement this morning to with the instruction how to proceed. Every validator, every participant in the game should apply to the form from scratch. Everyone need to generate new addresses with the new contracts. And we have 2 testing cycles ahead, and start the first elections for the contest on Thursday.
okay.
If you have any questions, so please don't hesitate.
There's a question. Yeah, there's a question coming in. It's for Mitja. It's coming in right on the inside the chat. Could we see the list of discovered bugs so we don't repeat?
You repeat what? You won't discover
The same
them. They're
problem,
already
I guess.
fixed. They have already been fixed. So if you have any bug that is still repeating, you just report it. You don't need a list of bugs. But yeah.
But could we see them? The question is.
Yeah, well, we don't have a list of bugs. We just, we will need to create one. So once we create one, like we probably do, otherwise there is a GitHub, and you can see there is a live kind of workers live on this contract in GitHub. So you can see every commit and in every branch. So you can see what's been fixed if you go there. In order to make to make a list of this, I don't know if anyone has time right now to do that, frankly. But of course, again, we will try to summarize everything, and we didn't summarize the validator contest yet, and that's because we just don't have time to do that. Very simple. So we're just running against time currently, and there are huge amounts of things that we need to do. So there's less time left to kind of write reports, unfortunately. But we will try to close this gap once things are a little bit more back to normal. Thank you. I wanted also to say thank you very much for the submissions of the slashing conditions, very quality submissions, actually much more than I have anticipated. So that's absolutely great result of that. And there is still time to submit, by the way, I think somehow, I don't know, Ron, how that happened, but anyway.
No, I think no.
Yeah, it shows me that
it does. It technically it shouldn't have, but it did. So you have today. You have until the end of the day today.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
it just is what it is.
But anyway, it doesn't really matter because again, every submission which has a this quality submission, it's really good to see. I have my worries about the jury. I mean, as I wanted to state in the contest description, the jury should be like professionals who understand what we're talking about, and really it's better to have not a lot of them, but people who will really understand what is in there, and there are nuances, a lot of nuances. Really, it's not that simple actually.
Well, we went through a demonstration yesterday. All of the new jurors were sort of went through a onboarding phase. It was clearly explained that, of course, if you're unqualified to judge, if you don't have technical expertise, you should abstain. That's very clear. I took them through a demo about how I would go about voting. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually present the example and match it to the contest because there were a couple of glitches. Nevertheless, I think everybody pretty much understood. I think it's very clear. The instructions are very clear. And I don't want to say instructions, but they understand that if they don't know what is being presented, they know not to vote.
Yeah, the danger is this, and I can articulate that. And again, it's not about like who has to win or who is not, it's not about winning. For me, it's definitely not about who will take whatever place. I really don't care. But promoting something not correct, meaning that like if something which has a very clear technical glitches in the submission, winning the contest or going over something which some submission which had more merit in it is a problematic in terms of kind of reputation for the whole project. That's one thing. Another thing is what I want judges to abstain from is from the actual kind of how the submission looks like. Okay, there are some submissions sometimes, and I'm not talking about this contest, just in general, which has a lot of words in it. Like it's a long and it looks really, really solid, except for it's not. The quantity of the content does not in technical submission at all kind of reflects on the real quality of what is written. And we see often where a lot of just words written, it's kind of research, and people are writing about some previous stuff, some historic things, and you can copy paste these things or write these things. That is not. And then they give a solution which is just not working. Okay, for example, and then you will see like it's a very good formalized kind of submission, but you need to really understand what it is about. Okay, you really need to understand cut the bullshit, bottom line, go to the real, what the solution is about technically, engineering wise, and analyze that, and not the historic context, the previous work. It's all important and all that, but it's really like should be like maybe 5% of your.
Извините, нахуй, гниль, блядь, падаль, блядь.
Can somebody please delete this person?
We're public. We're kind of why we're having the links flowing around. but it was good, nevertheless.
If you say so.
Entertaining.
Yeah, there's our music.
Yeah, you need to cut that from the stream. So anyway, that's what I want to say. Really, just understand the and particularly in this contest, which is complicated one. So, and a lot of background materials because the blockchains are different, and you cannot just, okay, well, let's take like seriously. Well, you can do like invitation only, like joining with the room, I think. That was
So Ramon, from now on, I think we need to do that, because it's on the one hand, it means we're getting noticed. On the other hand, it means we're getting noticed by a lot of people we don't want as a community. And I think everybody can pretty much agree to that. So
yeah, let's just put the waiting room for everyone, and then that will solve it. Okay. Anyway, don't want to go like too long on that.
Yeah, I think we heard you, Mitja, and I want to second that motion and say that it's really important, guys, especially for those of you who are jurors and you're watching this, especially the new jurors. It's really important. I think we can, again, we've spoken about this before. It's quite easy to separate the promotional referral giver based contests from the technical contests, but the technical contests are technical contests, complicated thing. Look, if you feel uncomfortable, don't judge, but judge to abstain. Your vote is important. I don't want to sound like a cliche. Don't just say, okay, well, I can't, I don't understand, so I'm not going to vote at all. Vote to abstain. That way,
maybe, yeah.
Well, it's important because that way it shows the community that somebody at least took the time, because the worst thing is when you see that there was like 6 jurors who voted, right?
Yeah. I think there is nothing wrong in juries asking questions. And if you have something like you don't understand, or you may not, you think you have a doubt about anything, you have community, you have me, or just pick up whoever in the chats, just find a person, because there are technical experts in the community who can answer a lot of technical questions and give a lot of technical opinions, and you can use these opinions, of course. I don't think we're not judging some, court, the jury. So ask if you have some specific question about someone's submission or about some angle of the submission, why it's done this way, just ask. And don't try to judge. You don't need to judge everything yourself solely on your knowledge or ability to find some information. Because again, you can have a slashing conditions in Cardano will be fundamentally or could be fundamentally different from what is required in TON, just because Cardano has a very different consensus algorithm. And so it's not it's even if you understand the field, there are sometimes specific things about specific blockchain, specifically about free TON, that it's working just differently. And so, you can ask this.
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. And I think we also covered this for those of you, again, who are in the jury and you're watching this, that's absolutely right. Communicate. If you have any concerns, communicate. Somebody will answer you. So thank you. I appreciate that. All right, well, let's take questions from the people who are on the call right now. Who has some questions for Ivan, of course. Ivan, you got your hand raised. So
yes.
Let's start with you.
Yes, I just wanted a Vladislav Ponomarev to elaborate more on the value which which will bring when the by the submissions put on this contest of atomic swaps, because it's as I understand, it's all about decentralized finance stuff and etc. Am I right or not? Please elaborate more on that.
Yes, thank you, Alan. Yeah, first of all, atomic swaps are needed more for decentralized finance. You're right.
Did we lose Vladislav?
Yeah, do you hear me? Hello? Hello?
We do.
Yes, we hear you. We hear you.
Perfect. Probably I have some unstable connection. Yes, Ivan, thank you for the question. And yes, atomic swaps are more used in decentralized finance. And this is one of the crucial technologies that are currently used for creating some kind of OTC deals that help the liquidity flow really fast between markets. But also this is the technology that helps you to build bridges between different cryptocurrencies, different tokens, and this all facilitates the exchange. And what we aim to build here is a kind of open source, well-checked technology that will be used across the market by different market players, by different exchanges, by different e-commerce stores, whatever. And this will help to popularize free TON further. And it will also give the possibility for big players to enter the market of free TON. And that's crucial for any blockchain and helps its development.
Thank you. And the second is what I wanted to to appeal to those who will listen and watch on the governance presentation. Please give your feedback on how we prepared this content, because the deadline was pushing very. We made it in 3 days actually. So
Governance 2.0 you're talking about, right?
Yes,
the Governance
yes,
2.0
yes.
presentation, yes.
Yes, so we did the translation and voiceover in 3 days, and we missed something. So please write me personally or whatever. Any feedback would be appreciated.
And I think they could, yeah, okay. And they can also go to any chat and we'll pick it up. Okay, how about some more questions? I hear the crickets. No more? No more questions?
Yeah, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
So regarding Mitja, before I asked about the changes or bug fixes in the contract, and Mitja refer me to the GitHub. I check it and I can see there's 3 changes, and one called improve DePool, and it was a 14 files changed with 200 something additions and 100 something deletions, and there is no reason why it was changed. So officially we have a new version of a code, and you can't see nothing regarding why you did these changes. So
you mean comments? Yeah, I'll ask to add comments to this comment. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
need
all.
to be commented. Yeah.
Thank you. And second questions, last session, it was agreed that file will be put it to the forum with the transaction from the givers. I missed maybe something, but this file with giver transaction, was it published or no?
Roma, was that published? The vested tokens for initial members, the transactions.
Not yet after live stream.
No. The previous ones, the ones for vesting, not
yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, we need to publish those. We'll get that done, Alex.
Oh yeah. Sorry. This.
So we were talking about file with all transactions from givers for the past time, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have an Excel file where all is calculated, so you can easily be able to check that it's all right. Regarding all transactions, I'm not sure, because it is done through some intermediary multi-signature wallet, which is payment delegation called payment delegation group, and then some smart contract which do distributions used to actually distribute tokens. So yeah, we should describe it. I mean, I will check to do it today with guys.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. And like I mentioned earlier, there are going to be new transactions that are going to come through that you're going to see. That's for the jury contest and for the centralized support 2 contest and for the jury members who participated jury 1.0. So you'll be seeing that. Well, we'll see when, today or tomorrow, as soon as everybody can get together, basically, is when it's going to happen. Okay. All right. Any more questions? Now's your time. Let's have them. No stupid questions. All questions are acceptable.
We have a question in Zoom in chat.
Yeah. Okay. In Zoom, you said?
Yeah, in Zoom.
In Zoom.
Could we see the list of discovered bugs?
Oh, we covered that. We covered that. We
Okay.
covered that. Yeah, we covered those. We covered those. Yeah. Okay. I guess we're going to move on to YouTube questions. So the first one comes from, letters and numbers. So I'll just say Mr. Chi, Miss Chi. Hello, as you mentioned, or rather, as you announced, new jurors have been selected. So when will the voting for visual brand communication parts 1 through 5 start? Okay, so I covered this at the beginning of the podcast today. We're waiting for the smart contract still, unfortunately. As soon as that's done, the entire new jury will vote. I don't want to say it's going to be tomorrow. I don't want to say it's going to be the day after tomorrow, because if I do, then you're going to hold my feet to the fire. But from what I understand, the prognosis is it should be definitely this week. And as soon as that's done, all of the jurors are, all of their keys are part of that smart contract, and they'll be able to vote. So we're trying as fast as we can. So hopefully this week. Worst case scenario, next week. I hope that answers that.
We are optimistic about this. Maybe.
Okay. Thank you, Boris. Thank you for helping. I appreciate that.
Helpful, yeah.
That's our smart contract, man. He knows better than I do. So he's very if he's optimistic, I'm very optimistic. So there you go. That's your answer to that. When will the decentralized support 2 be paid out? Okay, I covered that as well. I'll cover it again. All of the numbers have been tallied. They'll be published just after this stream, Roman, right? Or this afternoon?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Today, basically. They'll be published today. And then it's just a matter of getting the actual transactions done. And like I said, there'll be 2 transactions that you'll be able to watch and see on TON Live, ton.live. So that'll be done very, very soon, ASAP. When will, nope, we passed that.
Can I
when
say
will the
something?
voting? Yeah, go ahead.
I just looked at this. Sorry, I didn't have time to look at this, the atomic swap contest. And of course, like I just one thing I wanted to say is that when I'm trying to, like when I'm doing the contest, I'm trying to start from a design contest first, and I'll explain why. Because when you have a design contest for the solution, then yeah, it takes longer because obviously we need first to like pass the design stage, and then the actual implementation contest can be completely different from the design. It's not obliged, like the winning of the design, winning design is not obliging someone else to write the code according to this design. But what it does, it creates a discussion and minimize risks, and actually making the final code better anyway, because things are discussed on the design level. And I think if we're talking about, I'm not saying it's 100% like always need to be the case, but if you can start from design contest, I think, again, it's my personal opinion, it's better to start from design contest because it will create a discussion and would give a different possibilities for people who actually implement, to be inspired of and maybe discover things that they didn't think about. And so the actual implementation is just better in quality. Usually it's the case. It's usually when you do first design sessions and you kind of discuss the design and you involve a lot of people in the design discussion, then usually the implementation is, the quality is just growing. So I think that's again, that's just some remark.
Do you want to speak to that, Vladislav?
Yes, thank you, Mitja. Probably you are right, and the only thing that I should comment that we have published this contest over a week ago, and there was no real discussion, in fact. And I have seen that there was some good interest from the community, and probably there will be a number of people who will participate. And on the other hand, atomic swaps are not something, radically new. So there are a lot of good examples of atomic swaps and good designs coming from other blockchains. Of course, they are not, and they will not be for sure absolutely similar to what we have on Ethereum or Bitcoin, but still there are good examples already existing on the web, and that's why we decided to publish the contest as is. So because as I said before, it's not the ultimate contest to create the final ultimate solution that will be just cut in stone. No, at all. It is the first step to approach this solution. And if we see that quality of the work is good and it works fine, so then we will roll out this to other blockchains as well. Or maybe I'm sure that it will not be the end, because right now the contest is really basic. So, and it creates some basic functionality of atomic swaps, and we will for sure improve it later and make some verification stage for sure to make sure that the solution is solid proof and trusted and can be used by the community in their product and the other initiatives.
Yeah, that's actually exactly the case. There are a lot of solutions, atomic swap solutions existing, and it would be really beneficial, I think, for the community to get like learning them all, or at least major ones, understand what's the differences are, what's the design choices were made like that and stuff like that. So yes, there are many good designs, but there are also not so good designs. And, and not every, like we need to learn from, we can at least learn from others and not make the, not so good design choices already. There are some clear, and just because we didn't have this, so the two last remarks. One is that I saw someone saying that I was, hoping someone would write this. I actually, we're talking about Uniswap. Uniswap is not atomic swap. It's a decentralized. It was a liquidity pool, so it's a quite different. So it's just to remark that this contest is not a substitution for kind of a Uniswap kind of DEX design.
Absolutely,
which we
I agree.
Which we need anyway. So these are two separate things. We're doing separate things. Both are important. So that's one thing. Another thing is that James Prestwich did a great design of atomic swap on Summa called Summa 1. If you kind of, and I'm saying that out loud, because I think he's raising a lot of very valid design choices because we didn't have the design kind of phase. So I'm saying to everyone, if you didn't look at this, please go look at it. It will give you a lot of things for thought. And I think James did a great podcast about that. If you find it, it was about 2 years ago, something like that. Where
So maybe, yeah, maybe Vladislav can actually maybe post that on the forum.
Yeah,
Oh,
or
it's just one of the possible designs. I can, yeah, I will put the link in the.
Mitja, maybe I can propose that you maybe if you have something like this in your toolbox, maybe you publish this as a comment to the contest so that people could
I'll do
have
that.
a look on it. It will help to improve for sure.
Yeah, because in the end, what we want is not just someone to winning the contest.
Absolutely.
We want
100%,
to have in TON great solutions there, not one maybe even, but a lot. But yeah, if we can learn on past mistakes and make better design choices now, we don't need to repeat all the bad design choices that were done.
100%.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Next question is, when will the voting contract be available? I already addressed that. It should be available this week, and Boris has supported me in saying that he's very optimistic that will be the case. We have one final question from YouTube. All right. The gentleman asks, hi, I'm from Ukraine. While undergoing KYC for the validators contest, can I use my passport from 1994? So let me first say it's not KYC, okay? It's KYV. It's know your validator. Please don't confuse this idea. The second thing is nobody can answer that because it's not going to be performed by FreeTON, okay? There are two things that we need we have to verify that the community can't be without. One, that there is no U.S. participation, and number two, that the validator is a real validator with a human being behind it that's doing it, and that's it. And it'll be done by a third-party provider. FreeTON is not going to have those stats or that information, so I can't. There's no way FreeTON can answer that for you. It's whatever the third-party provider has to ask of you. So once that's available, you'll have all that information. Does anybody want to add anything to that? That's that. Okay. The last question comes as a write-in question, actually two questions. And again, I think they're repetitive, but I'll voice them. When do the design contest results, when are the design contest results going to be finished? I'm assuming you mean the brand communications contests. Hopefully this week. We'll vote, right? And then after that, the results will be published. Unless you mean some other design contests from past, which I can't speak to. Will there be any contests for designers in the future? Of course. Yes. Let me take this opportunity again to say that, I want to make sure that everybody's very clear on how contests need to progress. They need to progress in parallel to decentralized governance progression. So when you say, will there be design contests? Of course there will, but what shouldn't happen is we shouldn't have the same contest just run over and over and over ad nauseum, ad infinitum. That doesn't solve anything. So every contest has to have at the end a conclusion and a result. Those results need to be analyzed. Based on those results, the next phase needs to occur. So step 2, 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, and so forth. So design contests, yes, but will they just be the exact same carbon copy of what was done previously? Absolutely not. And that would be terrible if they were. So yes, the answer is yes, but why don't you think of a next phase design contest and propose it? That's what I would suggest. Barring this, there are no more questions. Does anybody else have anything to say?
Yeah, Ron, can I just say a word of thanks to the community? So after judging over the last design contests, I should say that the quality of submissions has improved drastically. Yes, and
yes.
Compared to the first contest that we have seen, so I'm really thankful that you are now providing all the information in some due manner, because it really facilitates the work of judges. For you, just to imagine that you have to assess the at least 300 works. Yeah, so you can imagine how huge the amount of work is, and when you are providing all the necessary information, it really saves our time and lets us assess better. So thank you.
Thank you. And yes, that goes out to the jury. So now you guys heard it not only from me, you're hearing it from a juror. It's a task. It's work. It's not easy. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of involvement. We need the jury to really bear down and think about what they're doing and really work at it. And in the meantime, there's always tokens. So you're doing it for a good cause, and at the same time you're getting rewarded for it. But it's a big responsibility. So thank you all, and I hope everybody really takes the jury seriously. If there's nothing else, I think we can end for, I believe now only the second time we've managed to finish in under an hour. So I think this is a milestone for everybody. If there aren't any more questions, guys, thank you again. Thank you for coming. Thank you for participating, and we will see you again on Tuesday next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks all. Bye.